Hello everyone, today we have a bunch of new LEGO Star Wars set leaks to talk about. There's some really interesting ones here, especially from the Clone Wars, and there's even a few updates to old leaks that have actually changed. So with that said, let's get right into it, and the first one I want to talk about is the 75435 Clone Wars MTT. This set we already knew was coming, but there was a lot of questions still about it. First off, the price tag will be $150, and it'll release August 1st, so that's good to know. But the bigger news is in the title. It is called the Clone Wars MTT in this leak, specifically meaning it will be based on the Clone Wars version, that blue and gray color scheme. This is super exciting as we've never seen it in LEGO before. It'll also give us a break from the constant brown MTTs that we always get based off episode 1. There's nothing wrong with those sets, but it's just nice to see something different. The set should be really good, and I'm really interested to see what route they take with the MTT. Their last one was less than stellar, but this one appears to be in the right direction. The reason I say that is because this one has a lot more battle droids than the previous. In 2015, that set was a very small interior, and that really hurt it, especially for a set that's supposed to be a troop carrier. This one I think will amend that though, as it is said to have 10 battle droids included. That is awesome in and of itself, but then there's also the other two minifigures that are going to be included as well, and that is Commander Bly and Ayla Secura. This will be super awesome to see both these characters. Ayla Secura, it's been a while since we've seen her, and she's just a good Jedi, one of the more popular or well-known ones, so it's nice to see her, especially since she goes so well with Commander Bly. Speaking of, he is the bigger of the two, obviously. We have not seen him ever in LEGO Star Wars, so this will be a huge release. This is super exciting, and I can't wait to see how it looks. Ever since the macro binocular piece released, I just had it in my mind that we had to be getting this figure soon, because it's so synonymous with him and that Legion. That said, it's also going to work perfectly because, of course, we've already heard about the 327th Battle Pack that's been leaked. This will fit perfectly with them, and it looks like you're going to be able to build a whole 327th army all by yourself this summer. This set has the opportunity to be something really special, and I hope they land it with the build. The next set I want to talk about is the 75429 AAT driver helmet. Now, we already knew about this set and pretty much everything about it, but it's finally been revealed, and so we've gotten some great high definition pictures of it. This thing looks absolutely stellar, easily the best helmet from the series so far. It is absolutely perfect. I'm not even a big fan of the helmet line, but this one is spot on. Something about it just seems absolutely perfect, like every single detail is accounted for. Part of it's just the helmet is so detailed in the movies, but here they just captured it wonderfully. I believe this set is supposed to be $70, which seems right in line with all the others, and actually seems almost like a better deal. This helmet just has an insane amount of detail. Those Empire printed pieces on the top look very neat with the red popping out at you, and then even down to the face you have the different colors, everything going on, and it's so amazing to look at. Should be a good pickup for anyone who's a fan of that line. I think it'll work really well with the UCS AT-AT. After that set, we have the 75414 Rebuild the Galaxy set. Coming out in summer of 2025, it'll have 349 pieces at a $50 price point. Includes Sig and Dev, Greebling, and Aduros. Now, none of that I'm too keen on because I haven't watched the show, but as far as the set goes, this was actually the rumored turbo tank. Now, it still could be, and that would actually make a lot of sense. At $50, they couldn't give us a real full turbo tank, so it'd make perfect sense to be based off the show. Again, I haven't watched it, so I can't really speculate or say too much on it, but I think it'll be cool. I am glad that they're continuing this line of sets. I think it's really interesting because they have full creative liberty with it. And so while I don't want a whole wave of these sets, having a few here and there is totally welcome. The next leak is the 75433 Playscale Slave 1. This set will retail for $70 and 707 pieces, releasing August 1st. Now you heard that right, that is another Slave 1, so we're going to have two Jango Fett Slave 1s in 2025, which seems really weird at first, but when you think about it, it actually kind of makes sense. The UCS models are great, but they're also big and expensive, so offering us this version at a lower cost is going to be nice because then it opens the door to everyone. As far as minifigures go, it looks like it'll be about the same lineup with a Jango Fett, a Boba Fett, and a Kaminoan minifigure. Whether or not they're the same quality is yet to be known. I would assume these would have to be a little worse though, as you'd want to feel like you're getting something extra for that big UCS set. We'll have to see though. I am glad though we are getting 2 of these. Even though it might seem weird, I think it actually is a good thing. Not everyone can get those big UCS sets, so I like this other option for people not looking to spend a fortune on LEGO. After that, we have the 75428 Battle Droid. For $100, you'll get a buildable Battle Droid, which actually sounds really cool. This set is supposed to be releasing in August, and it's one I'm actually very excited to see how it turns out. They did make a buildable B1 before, but that was quite a while ago, and they used more Technic pieces than classic LEGO. Hopefully this time around they stick to more LEGO bricks, as I think that'd be a better look. I think this has the opportunity to be a very good set and look really great right next to that buildable Droidica we just got. If it has that level of detail, then I'm sure it'll be a fantastic set. Another set we have releasing next year is Kylo Ren's Shuttle. Set 75406, it'll be in the MIDI scale variation. I'm assuming that means the Starship line. At $70, it'll fit in very nicely. 386 pieces seems really low, but it's probably a bunch of big pieces to make those big, huge wings. This will be really interesting as it'll be our first sequel set in quite a while. They're very few and far between. I'm okay with that personally though, and this is not really a set I'm going to be looking forward to or even pick up. That said though, I'm glad they're starting to dip their toes back into the sequel trilogy, as I know some people are fans of those films, or at least the ships and vehicles that we see in them. So it's a nice offering to those people out there who are fans of those movies. The next leak is a big one and one of my favorites coming this year, and that's the 75432 Republic V19 Touring. This set is rumored to be $60, which seems fair enough. It probably won't be too big though, but I'm okay with that because it is kind of a smaller ship. Not even talking about the minifigures yet, this ship just has me super excited because it's a classic Clone Wars vehicle, especially from the early seasons of the Clone Wars. Ones that I particularly remember very well and very fondly. This has always been one of my favorite ships, and I thought it's been deserving of a remake for quite a while, so to see it finally happen this year is going to be super exciting. I think it'll also be a good pickup for anyone that has the UCS Venator. I can only imagine how amazing that's going to look right next to one another. As far as our minifigures are concerned though, we have 3 of them to talk about. The first one, a clone pilot, which isn't too interesting you might think, but it is a Phase 1 clone pilot which has been absent for quite some time. I'm actually really happy that it's finally making a comeback. I don't know why, for some reason, clone pilots are always skimped on. The other 2 figures though are big names and very important to the set. It's going to be Asajj Ventress and Obi-Wan. The reason this is really interesting is because it's probably going to take the route of the other Clone Wars set we saw earlier this year, Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Interceptor. That set we saw those figures in their prime Clone Wars outfits, and I imagine we'll see that here with these 2 as well. Although the V19 was used in the early parts of the war, so it would make more sense for Obi-Wan to be in his armor. We'll have to see. I would assume they make them match because I can't imagine you have one in their armor and one without. Asajj Ventress should also be really good, and I can't wait to see what they do with that figure when it's not tied to the Clone Wars directly, as they used to use the style of the Clone Wars on their minifigures, but here they probably won't. So this figure has the opportunity to be very good. This is a very exciting set, and I can't wait for summer of this year. It seems to be loaded. Finally, there is one little tidbit of information I can also add, and that's just that the February magazine minifigure is going to be the Imperial Commando. Now, in the States, this doesn't do much for us, but I figured I'd mention it because it does affect some people. Still, though, I like the opportunity to get more. Alright everyone, with that was the final leak of the video, and that's everything new we have so far. Some really exciting updates and new leaks that I just can't wait to see this year. 2025 is really shaping up to be something special, and I just can't believe how many good sets we're getting. Or I should probably say going to get. This has me really excited, and now I want to hear in the comments what you guys are most excited for coming this year. Let me know your thoughts below. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.